So let's perform a setup. Our phone, we can switch it on by pushing the right power button. And then you can see here, it calls you hello and another languages. Swipe upward and then you can use your country and of course your language. So select your country or region. I'm using Germany because I'm in Germany. Of course, you can use Afghanistan, blah, 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 everything what you like. Then, next time, it's quick start. Then you can bring your current iPhone or iPad near this phone to sign in and set up. It's really easy. But in this case, we make a setup manually. If you have another iPhone, come with it, go in the error of that, and they will find each other. So now let's set up written and spoken language. You can choose here English, German, and other languages too. Continue. Then we have to choose a Wi-Fi network. We are going to dock in my Wi-Fi network here. And of course, we will need a password for it to enter into this Wi-Fi network. This is important to enter this because this is the security level we have to log with a password. The password you can ask at your admin or by yourself if you set up your Wi-Fi network at home. So here we are. Password is entered. Then join. Now we joined the Wi-Fi network. This is important because it may take a few minutes to activate our iPhone. The iPhone now gets some information from the Apple servers and is activating now the iPhone. This is important. This is the first step we have to go forward. If you do not have internet or Wi-Fi network, then you have a problem. So, data and privacy. The icon appears when an Apple feature asks to use our personal information. Then, Face ID. We can now make a setup with Face ID. It's the best way to unlock your phone. So now, it's really easy. We have to get our phone inside this area, like this. I will show you. It's a little bit difficult here, but here is my face, okay? Now I'm rotating my face inside this circle. A little bit more. Follow the arrow. Okay, now you can see first step completed. Now let's perform this again. Hello, and go, and go. So here we are. Okay, now we performed the Face ID. The Face ID is now set up. Awesome, isn't it? Then we need a passcode. You are not choosing 1 up to 6. That's not good. I would change it later. Choose anyway. This passcode, it's the first passcode you have to know. If your phone is rebooting, etc., you will need this passcode. So think about that. Then we can choose Restore from iCloud Backup. If you have another Apple ID device, restore from Mac or personal computer. Transfer directly from the iPhone or move data from Android. And we are now performing first thing. It's your first iPhone. Don't transfer apps and data. Now we will need an Apple ID. Sign in with your Apple ID to use iCloud, the App Store, and other Apple services. We need an Apple ID to work with our iPhone proper. If we are going to make it new, we can create an Apple ID. If we already have an Apple ID, we have to enter them now. First the Apple ID email address and then the password for it. And then we go the next step. And of course, we can use different Apple IDs for cloud and other Apple services. So now I'm entering my Apple ID and my password here. And you have to do the same, but with your Apple ID. Okay, job's done. Now the next steps are terms and conditions. Read all the terms and conditions and then agree. Now, it can take a few minutes to set up our Apple ID in this iPhone. Or we can set up now the Apple ID in the cloud service with that iPhone here. And then they will share some information about your history, etc., 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 to make a professional and good installation process here. It will take a little bit time if your internet connection is not so good. It will take, I think 5 minutes, up to 8. But if you have a faster internet address area here, then it comes to an end immediately, as you can see. So now we can choose keep your iPhone up to date. Okay, location services, enable or disable. You can choose by your own. This location services allows maps and other apps to service like Find My iPhone, Find My other devices, etc. And of course, you can use Apple Pay. Add a credit card, a debit or a store card to Apple Pay to make secure payments in apps. We will set up this later in Wallet. Screen time. This is an awesome app. It will give us information, weekly reports with insights about our screen time. Awesome. You can do that or disagree that, okay? iPhone Analytics. This helps Apple improve its product and services by allowing analytics to usage data from our phone. And of course, we can do the same with App Analytics. This is for the developers. Then we can use True Tone display, like shown here, or without True Tone. The iPhone automatically adapts to ambient lighting and conditions to make colors appear consistent in different environments. We can change this later, of course, but choose this. This is awesome. Then, appearance. Select a light or a dark appearance. You can choose by your own. I'm using the dark side of the iPhone. And we can make a display zoom as we like, standard or zoomed. Then it means welcome to iPhone. Swipe up to get started. And we are in. Here we are. Godlike, isn't it? This was fast. And here you can see Face ID. I'm pushing. The lock is locked. I'm rotating it into my area of my face and it's unlocked immediately. This is fast, isn't it? So now we are on the operation system. We can swipe easily. We can use the camera system, for example. We can make photos. We can make portraits. We can make a panorama view, video, slow motion, time-lapse videos, etc. Of course, we can rotate it to another side. And now we can see myself. Here we can see it's not so good quality because it's so much LED here. You can see, hey, here you can do the same. Slow motion, video, photo, portrait, no problem with it. Awesome, really awesome. To go out of apps, swipe upward to have some information that refresh the widgets. Or you can go to the right side. This comes to the app library. And of course, you have all the access to all app store. That means you can make so many apps are running with your iPhone immediately. Really awesome, awesome and easy. That's the iPhone and we are in it. We have so many apps and we have so many information. And of course, we can make a telephone call too, as you can see. But to make a telephone call, we have to enter the SIM card. To enter the SIM card while the phone is working, it's no problem. The only thing we have to need is this, a nano SIM card and a SIM card extraction tool. So here. And the phone. The phone on the left side. Okay, first on the right side, you can see the button here. This is the power button. Okay, and on the opposite side, on the left side, you can see volume up, volume down. And there is a little hole. And in this hole, we have to penetrate now using the SIM card extraction tool and press until the SIM tray is coming out a little bit. Now, yeah, pull it out as you can see. And here it is, the SIM card tray. Now, let's have a SIM card. Here, this is a nano SIM card. The nano SIM card is the smallest SIM card which you can use on smartphones. And we have to enter it in this tray. You can see this rounded edge, and there is the same, okay, on the negative part. And then we will get this SIM card in position. That it is. Now we have to enter the SIM card with the tray into the iPhone while it is running, no problem. Then we have unlock. We have to unlock it. And of course, we have to enter a SIM card pin. This is the second pin you have to, no, the third thing. The first is you have to enter a password or for your Face ID. The second is your Apple ID password. And the third thing is the SIM pin. Of course, a SIM pin you can deactivate later. So now enter the SIM pin, and then we can press OK. Now the SIM card will get information about your network, and then we can go to have a telephone call or go mobile with your phone, no problem. But first, let's go to settings. In settings, we can go to mobile data. So here you can see some messages are coming, no problem, because it works. We go to mobile data. Here you can see mobile data. Then mobile data you can switch on or off if you like. Then roaming. Roaming is to get in other countries, like your own country, and have data traffic, no problem. You can enable it, disable it. You can use 5G on, 5G auto, or 4G. In the past, I had some problems. If I'm using 5G automatic way, my phone calls was stopped automatically after a couple of minutes. So I switched to 4G, no problem anymore. But you can choose data mode, standard, or other modes. Then you can use it as a personal hotspot for another phone. Network selection in my case is Vodafone. Wi-Fi calling, you can switch on or off. Wi-Fi calling is if you have no network, mobile network, you can enter into a Wi-Fi and call with this. Calls on other devices when nearby. Mobile data network provider services. This you can use to have special provider services. SIM pin, in this case, you can change that the SIM has no pin anymore. You can set up this. The SIM applications and app data plan. Everything is possible here. And if you're going to go with the electronic SIM, you have to go add a data plan. Then you will get from your service, from your SIM service, electronic SIM card, that will give you a data plan, and then you can position them under the camera, and you can scan the QR code from the network provider in the frame here. And then you have an electronic SIM. Let's cancel this. That is possible to have two numbers on one phone, electronic SIM and the nano SIM. Two numbers in one phone. That's awesome. You can see the SIM card is instant working after you're getting in the password. And now we are in, and let's change something. We can go. I am changing at the every time I have a new iPhone, I'm changing something here in the camera system, because the camera system only is recording videos in 1080p at 30 frames. I dislike it in 30 frames. I'm always having videos in 60 frames. Of course, you can choose 4K, but take care. The dimensions are war. Here you can see a minute of video will be approximately 45 megabyte in 720p. But if you're choosing 4K 60 frames, it will give you needs 440 megabyte. This is big. So a medium thing is 1080p and 60 frames. I think so. You can choose here auto frames, make to 60 frames, Then you can lock the camera if you like HDR videos, but HDR is really awesome. Then you can set up a grid in the compositions, mirror front camera, scene detection, scan QR codes, enable or disable, use volume up to burst, then smart HDR enable, but as you like. But the thing is, choose here 1080p and 60 frames. And here you can see this is slow motion. It's important to let this on 240 frames. It's much better and smoother. And that it is, you are now in your system. It is activated. You can use it. You can use it with mobile. You can use it in your Wi-Fi, etc. You can use your camera, maps, photos, etc. This is the brand new Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. Really awesome and big. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me and give me. Oh, there's something more. There's another thing I'm changing it all day long. Let's go back to settings, because it's not bright enough for me. So we can go to display and brightness, and here you can see the brightness level is not full. I'm always use full throttle for me, but you have to choose yourself. But it's sometimes it's really dark inside, as you can see. So go to the upper side, job's done. And of course, auto lock. You can choose 30 seconds. This is not so good, I think. I'm using never, because I'm working with that. But in your case, it's the bad thing is 5 minutes. Okay, you can choose by your, because it's auto lock, automatic shutdown, but not the iPhone, only the screen. So now that's it. Awesome device, easy to handle and in good quality. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me and give me a positive feedback. And I hope to see you again on my channel. Soon.